Thanks so much for joining us on A Fine Podcast with your hosts, Amanda and
Joseph. Yeah, welcome back. Episode 6, Wicked Night, Dancing with the Stars. What a spectacularific show it was.
Yeah, did you enjoy Wicked Night?
Yeah.
It was very theatrical, wasn't it?
Yes, yeah, that's very true. Felt almost some of it was like very Broadway-like. It's almost like a Broadway version of it,
Yes.
especially the big number at the beginning.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah.
A lot of storytelling, a lot of great visuals.
Yeah, and two, I guess kind of a reminder, I mean, we watched it, but we weren't really familiar with some of the songs offhand, but or like a reminder, I guess, of, oh yeah, that's where that song happened. But yeah, it was a good show by everyone.
Yes, a jolly good show. So let's get started right into it. We had first Scott and Riley, and they danced a contemporary to The Wizard and I. And this was not Scott's best dance at all. This was pretty bad for Scott.
Yeah, this just, I don't know, the whole thing. I mean, especially the beginning, right? I mean, it definitely seemed like he just kind of had a moment where he forgot kind of what next steps to do, or he was having to really think about what was next, because there was a lot of this jagged arms. Like it was almost like, do I put them out? Do I keep them in? Where should I put them?
Like a confusion look and
Yeah, and all his steps were almost looked like he was like
robotic.
glitching, or yeah, like watching a VCR when it has a little sputter in the tape or something. Like it just felt very glitchy in the beginning and not this smooth, especially because it's contemporary, right? It's very, at least for their routine, it was very smooth. It wasn't supposed to be jagged, so his staccato movements almost just felt out of place.
I think he blanked for a moment and then got back into it.
Yeah, I think so. And probably too, right, being like the first dance of the night and Wicked, this big pressure, I guess he kind of maybe just got a little nervous with the whole thing.
Yeah, and he's a big Wicked fan. I think he said he saw the movie 20 times. So he was really into the characters and the storytelling, and I don't know if that made him really nervous.
But yeah, I think he may have just gotten in his head a little bit about the whole thing, so
yeah.
Which it showed, but all in all, I mean, it was all right, but yeah.
It was all right, but it wasn't good enough to continue to compete with the top people of this competition.
Yeah, and you've definitely seen where he's kind of been stuck in a rut for a while now. And then even some of the other people who have been in ruts, we saw, kind of tonight, they kind of were breaking out of it, or, had a great breakthrough, or at least moving kind of upward in a good direction, where he's just kind of been spinning his wheels.
Yeah, this was the night to have a breakthrough for Scott, and unfortunately, it just wasn't his best and didn't get any better from last week. So, judges' comments, Carrie Ann said his arms go in and out of character. It needs to be balanced more. Derek said there needs to be smoother transitions. Think of it as one continuous sentence instead of short, separate sentences. And John Chu said the contemporary is hard for anybody who doesn't have really long arms and legs. And then he said he wanted smoother transitions as well. And then Bruno said, you need to control things or control your passion.
Yeah, I mean, I'd pretty much agree with all of them on this. I mean, it all seemed pretty relevant and made sense. So
scores, all sevens, for a total of 28 out of 40. And his 2-week total was a 58 out of 80, which put him second to last on the leaderboard this week.
Which, yeah, kind of, I mean, yeah, I agreed with those. I mean, those.
Yeah, I feel like 7 was fair, especially for no improvement.
Well, especially for how they've been ranking, I guess, consistency across it, because, yeah, I mean, Andy's kind of our bottom guy to kind of baseline off of it, and based on what he got versus Scott got, yeah, I could say that.
And Scott was eliminated this week.
Yeah, which I mean, well, I don't know. I kind of have two different takes on it. I mean, I think he's still been a little bit better than Andy. I guess, though, I don't know, right? Because here he did still just spin his wheels, where Andy at least did kind of have this big night of improvement. So maybe it could, justify that at least Andy's still making progress, where Scott's just kind of been stuck. So maybe it does make sense that he's go. I mean, I was stunned by, I'm working a little, but just stunned by the point difference.
Yeah, we'll get to Andy's, but there's a huge point difference between second to last and last on the leaderboard, him and Andy, and Scott still went home. But it was good that Andy got those extra points for being on time this week and having that improvement, because that could have been the difference between him going home or Scott too.
Yeah. Well, and just seeing 7-point difference to get eliminated that was shocking. So I feel like going forward, whoever makes second to last, you're gone, because it's not going to be Andy going home.
Andy must have a lot of votes coming in to make up for that.
Yeah. I mean, really, second to last place is last place, I think, at least going forward until Andy gets out. But I think he's probably stay for another 2 or 3 episodes, I bet.
Semifinal. Yeah. I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah.
But we'll get into Andy soon. Sad to see Scott go, and him and Riley had a beautiful partnership, but someone had to go this week.
Yeah, it was, it's been fun to see him, but yeah, it is eventually all roads come to an end. So
plus, this probably makes it easier because Pentatonix is going on their Christmas tour, and they had to do like crazy workarounds around the Dancing with the Stars schedule to do nothing on Tuesdays, for sure.
Well, I guess.
So now at least that's easier for Scott.
I guess all in all, his stress level is probably a little less now.
Yeah. And he got the experience of going on. So
yeah.
Next, we had Alex and Val, and they danced a jazz to What Is This Feeling? And what did you think of this jazz routine? It was probably not the most complicated routine for Alex, but she pulled it off well.
Yeah, I mean, it felt good, right? I just don't know. Like, I mean, yeah, it seemed a little easier or less complex than some of the previous weeks of some of the things they've done. So, I mean, I don't know really.
Besides the double pirouette movement that she did.
You're right.
That was impressive and complicated.
I mean, I wasn't wowed by it. It just didn't have like a great. I mean, it was like well executed, but it just didn't have anything that really captivated me during watching it.
So Carrie Ann said it was Alex's best dance, despite jazz not being as difficult as some of the others that she pulled off. Derek said that she pulled off Galinda very well, and she had great storytelling. And John Chu scored her 1 point lower than the other judges, which we'll talk about, but he liked it. And then Bruno said she had great performance quality. So she got all 9s besides John's 8, which gave her a 35 out of 40 for this week. And her 2-week total is 70 out of 80, which is still pretty good. But do you think John didn't know that they were giving out 9s, or he really thought it was an 8?
Yeah, I mean, he shouldn't just bandwagon because everybody else is doing the 9. But I think... Right, I think he has an interesting look at this because, right, it's, he made this and did a lot of the choreography for these dances in the original film, so kind of comparing it to that, I feel like he's got a good way to compare it, and I mean... Well,
he really liked the storytelling that they put into place. I think he mentioned that.
I mean, it could be because 9 felt like, felt a little...
It was almost a little lackluster, some of it.
Yeah, because I just don't think it was...
John was a good judge, too.
Oh, yeah, he did very well. I mean, I think he was just as good as Kim from last week.
Yeah.
As far as this going. But it just didn't feel like, I don't know, it just wasn't that intense of a routine. I felt like that. I mean, 8, I guess you could go 8 or 9. Because, I mean, it was executed well, but it just wasn't that hard. But
yeah. So next we had Robert and Whitney. They did a jazz to Dancing Through Life. And judges' comments, Carrie Ann said it was ambitious and that Robert took the challenge of Whitney's choreography, which showcased him perfectly, and he nailed it. And Derek said, "We need to change out your hiking boots for dancing shoes," to Robert. "You're meant to be on stage. You're a performer. Beautiful, well done." John Chu said, "To see Robert in person is even better than TV." He noted the difficulty that he had in the dance, and he said those book props didn't hold him back. And he said it was joyous and great. Bruno said, "You handle every situation brilliantly," and called it a joyful theatrical treat. And he scored all nines for 36 out of 40, and his 2 week total is 71 out of 80 this week. What did you think of this dance?
I mean, I thought this was had much more of a wow factor to it, especially right being able to kind of compare it to Alex's. I mean, it felt just a little bit harder, right? I mean, there was like the walking across the book thing. He made that look very easy, which I don't think was very easy.
Yeah, you could easily slip.
Yeah, and
I liked when he did the worm.
Yeah, there was a lot more movements, right? That kind of
showcased his personality.
That, but it also took you back to like the movie, right? I do kind of remember that scene where he was, going all over the library and things, but his character almost felt very close to the character from the movie.
Yeah,
so
that's
I
true.
kind of saw that and felt that he was like imitating that character pretty well. So
yeah,
I was just more enthralled with this one than Alex's. So
it was very entertaining. He nailed the dancing. I thought he did that really well. So yeah, and he truly embodied the character.
It was just a good performance, and it was definitely more challenging. So yeah, I mean, I would agree with the nines for sure.
Yeah, I thought it was a great score. He could have possibly gotten a 10. Maybe like a little 10 sprinkled in.
I don't know about that.
Oh, you don't know about that?
Yeah.
No, but all nines, great score. And it gives him something to work on.
Yeah.
So he can earn his first 10 maybe next week.
Indeed.
But great performance. Next, we had Whitney and Mark, and they did a quick step to Popular. And Carrie Ann said it was unhinged in all the right ways. And then she gave the first 10 of the season. And Derek said, "I feel like we are discovering a star before our eyes. That was a complicated routine." Yet he was the only person to give it 9 here in the scores. And then John said it was a perfect blend of technical prowess and art. And Bruno said it was insanely good. It was Galinda gone ballistic. And the footwork was so complicated, it was so well done. So she scored 3 10s and a 9, Derek, and got a 39 out of 40. And her 2 week total, 72 out of 80, topped the leaderboard this week.
Yeah, I mean, definitely, they had a little bit of a hiccup last week, but they definitely came back this week with fire. And
I think they totally made up for that musicality error last week.
Yeah, all in all, I mean, this was overall a great dance. I mean, very fast, and every step was on time, and there was no trip ups or anything. And I mean, they just looked very light on their feet, and yeah, I mean, it was very well done.
I like the theatrical performance. She has great facial expressions, and while she's getting all the moves too.
Yeah, right.
So that was great.
Yeah, especially for being like a musical like this too as well. It helps just make you feel like you're in that moment with the music. So
definitely. Did you like how it started with Mark underneath the covers?
Yeah, I don't know. That seemed like, I guess because it was like a testament to the film.
It was funny. They were both really good performers in that. So I thought it was a really strong dance and definitely deserving of the first 10s of the season.
Yeah, I mean, I could say, because I mean, I think like this is what I would, a difficult piece that's, near perfect execution. I think that's a 10. So, yeah.
Next, we had Dylan and Daniela, and they did a Roomba to I'm Not That Girl. Comments. Carrie Ann said he had great connection and sincerity, and then gave him some technical notes about his foot getting stuck on some of the turns. Derek said he's had good growth week over week, and then noted some things about his foot placement. John said he brought great masculinity in the dance, and Bruno said that the routine was great, but he pointed out a section where he lost his hips. And he said it has to be like flowing water. And then he scored 4/8 for a 32 out of 40, and his 2-week total, 68 out of 80. He's down to 8s now.
Well, this is right. I mean, he had a contemporary last week, which I think, I think it's an easier thing to get a higher score in because it's not as technical, especially
Plus,
compared to a Roomba. I mean, that is
very hard
very
dance.
different. Yeah, and a much harder thing to master.
And it's like a slow dance, which shows off like any
Oh yeah,
imperfections.
and it's so fluid. I mean, the hips are just on constant rotation. But yeah, you can't go overboard with it where he is. But it's this, powerful movements with it, and you almost have these quicker and pieces as you're rotating into the other hip, and then you kind of slow it down, and then so there is a lot. I mean, it's a lot of kind of undulating moves, but no, I mean, I thought it was very well. I going back and seeing the little things that they did kind of comment, I said, all right, yeah, that kind of do that, or understand that they kind of made those points. But
At first glance, it looked like he did really well.
yes, right, yeah.
So now it's just like the technical things. I mean, I still think he worked hard and
Well, and they are. I think they're getting on more nuanced things, right? Like this, these are more finer details and things that just make your dance look from great to almost perfection, right? So
yeah.
so I think they're grading them pretty strongly. It's not very lenient. So which is, I mean, he's just showing the potential to be able to do that. So
Yeah, so there's room for improvement. But most recently, we found out that he broke his nose this past week. So I wonder how that will affect him. But he said he doesn't need his nose for dancing. So
hey, he doesn't have to smell.
yeah, doesn't have to smell the movements. So that's good. But I heard that he's doing okay. I think Danny elbowed him in the nose during one of their dances. They were trying a new movement. So,
Wow.
but yeah, he's healing and hopefully he'll be great this week. So next we have Andy and Emma. They danced a jazz to One Short Day. Judges' comments, Carrie Ann said it was really good. He's living proof that the art of dancing is for everybody. It was great choreography and he didn't miss one step. And Derek said he's genuinely proud of him. And John said, I can see in your eyes right now how much dance has given you. And Wicked is all about being the underdog, which is what Andy has been in this competition. And Bruno said, even the great Oz himself could not have created a better illusion. And he was actually on time, which is a miracle. His scores, 3 7s and a 6. And it was his highest scores yet. And he got a 27 out of 40 for this week. And his 2-week total, 51 out of 80. I think the 6 was Derek, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Derek was not letting up for this show.
I mean, I would agree, right? As time goes on, I think they need to be more strict with their judging, right? Because they should be improving to where you're getting past the big blatant things, right? Like musicality, timing, right? It should be these more little nuanced things, right? That like Dylan's getting critiqued for, right? Like at this point. So I mean, right? It was a big breakthrough for Andy because he at least had his timing issues corrected. I don't think outside of that, it didn't feel like that much. Yeah, right. Yeah.
He brought a lot of entertainment to that dance. I really liked it, watching it again the second time. And I mean, he was on time.
It was a good song for him because, yeah, he's kind of more of this fun, playful guy, right? And
well, remember what online was saying? One Short Day, which is what Andy has left in this competition.
Yeah, like, he defied those.
Yeah, he defied
that gravitational pull.
Yeah.
But so, I mean, there's a little bit improvement, I think, technical wise. I think that's still kind of the big pain point. But I think, right, because of the timing thing, I mean, that is a big docking point thing. So it is an improvement. So, yeah, I would say you kind of have to logically go to a 7. I mean, I'm fine with Derek's 6 as well. So I mean, 6 or 7.
I thought it was a fair score, 3 sevens and a 6, and he made major improvements for himself this week, and that was great to see.
Yeah.
If he was still having like the musicality issues and everything, then that would be a different story.
I mean, at least because at least he got that correct, which is, I mean, that's a big thing. So yeah, I mean,
it
that's
is.
good that he got that, and he's showing, because I mean, to make 6s for 4 weeks in a row or something, all 6s, that would, I don't know.
I love seeing his face during the elimination ceremony where he's always in the bottom, and then he actually makes it, and he's shocked every single time.
Yeah, because I mean, he's been last place,
and he's
every
so
single
far below.
Yeah, well, that's why I mean, I almost think people are voting for him to just purely keep him in. Like, it's almost this game now, right? Of let's see how far we can.
Well, this was
make
deserved
him go
because of the improvements, I think.
I mean, right? I would say yeah, because Scott stayed flat and he at least improved. So yeah, I could justify him staying this week over Scott. But
Team Andy, let's see how long he'll last for.
But yeah, I mean, to even stay 7-point difference, I mean, that's
pretty impressive.
That must be a really heavy weighting these got. So
yeah. So next, Elaine and Alan danced a contemporary to Defying Gravity. Carrie Ann was brought to tears. She said it was very special, passionate, beautiful, elegant, and she was so proud of her. Derek praised the powerful performance. John said that Elaine's emotional surrender to the moment was beautiful, and Bruno gave high praise. And she scored 4 9s for a 36 out of 40, and her 2-week total was a 66 out of 80. And this was her highest scores of the season, which the dancing was incredible, I thought. I love the trust fall moment that she had with Alan. That was one of my favorite parts.
Alan did a great job with the choreo this week.
It's fantastic.
Big, props to him for this, because it was very well, right? I mean, you've got the song, right? The Wicked song, right? If someone had to know Wicked, this is the song that.
And you have all that pressure on
it.
you, like, make the choreography the best you could possibly make it.
Yeah. And so, I mean, they took full advantage, right? I mean, yeah, the trust fall thing was a really cool thing that they perfectly nailed, and then
loved it.
Right, kind of the big ending. They had, kind of testament to the final scene of the movie with that big theatrical performance. That was, fun to see, but the dancing was very well executed as well. So
fantastic.
This definitely was her best dance of the season so far, for sure.
Yeah, very, very impressive. It really was a beautiful moment, especially when she got up. Remember when the camera just focused on Alan and then she was busy getting into her witch's movement? But I liked what she was doing with her hand. She was directing Alan on the floor at the end, and every movement that he did, her hand was. It was just a really great moment. So
yeah, it's fun. It was kind of similar to like the Alex and Val one from the previous.
Yes, that's right.
But no, I mean, doing that movement is a big, because it requires a lot to really, look like
you're directing, Alan. Yeah. So they definitely pulled it off. I'm super happy with their scores. They definitely deserved it. Much better than last week with the 7s and 8s. So
yeah, and I think she's probably one of the best, older dancers that they've had on the show.
Oh yeah, definitely. Especially given her injuries too.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I hope they don't slow her down. I mean, she doesn't seem to be letting them.
I think she's pushing
down,
through the pain, especially with the one with her foot.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, she looked great.
Excited to see what she does next week.
Yeah, and hopefully she can stay at the top with these scores too.
Yeah.
So next we had Jen and Jan, and they did a foxtrot to As Long As You're Mine. Judges' comments. Carrie Ann said, I think you're still in process, but I love the direction you're going in. Derek said, I really feel like you were connected to that dance, and says she doesn't need harder choreography. She just needs more texture in her movements. John said he loved it. He saw perseverance between the two of them. Bruno said that she's getting there, and the flow of movement is improving a lot. He said it's not what you're doing, it's how you're doing it. She scored 4 8s for a 32 out of 40, and her 2-week total was a 61 out of 80. What did you think of this routine?
Yeah, I mean, I think, right, she's been one of the ones that's kind of been hanging out near the bottom in the scores recently, and
I like this routine.
She's been in a little bit of a rut, but I think this was right, not like a breakthrough, but it was definitely got her going again, moving up again in the right direction, and yeah, I enjoyed it. I thought it was great. I think Jan did a lot better of a job with the choreo this go around, and
Yeah,
was
I
much
like
more fun to watch, and you know, stayed into it. Didn't really have any moments that kind of took you out. So yeah, I liked this one.
I thought it was nice. I thought it was beautiful. Like you said, I thought the choreography improved a great deal. And we'll just see where they go from here. I think she's still kind of in danger of possible elimination sometime soon just because of how great everybody else is progressing. But I think she needs to have like more of a breakthrough moment. And maybe that comes next week with the Taylor Swift song, or this week.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't even. I mean, I guess the choreo was a little bit harder, right? But I don't even know if it was necessarily harder, but it just flowed better. I mean, maybe because it was the right foxtrot or something, but I don't know. Just the overall of it was just better, I thought.
So next we had Danielle and Pasha. They danced an Argentine tango to No Good Deed. Carrie Ann said this was Danielle's breakthrough moment, which I think meant a lot to Danielle to hear those words from Carrie Ann, since last week she said that all of her dances look the same. So that's huge. Derek called the dance magnificent and said it was a real feeling of her connection to the dance. And John gave it high praise, but he mentioned the note he wished the intensity grew more at the end, but said it was amazing. And then Bruno said it was great intensity and execution, and said it was a pretty difficult dance as well with the Argentine tango flicks that she pulled off. And her score, 4 nines for a 36 out of 40, which is her best score yet and her first 9s of the season. And her 2-week total, 65 out of 80. This was a very different week for Danielle, I thought. There was a lot of darkness, channeling the tango moment.
Well, I agree. This was for definitely she broke through. This got her out of her rut extremely. I mean, this was a definite breakthrough, and I didn't, even really remember this song that much, but I don't even know if there was words to it or if it's just purely an instrumental, but it almost felt like an instrumental because of how dark it is. But having the this for the Argentine tango, I think that was a great dance for this, because it was this much more like dark song and kind of had like this oomph and power behind it, and that's what an Argentine tango is. And I think they executed this very well. I mean, it was, and definitely it really was like, whoa, where did Danielle come from? Because this is like nothing that we've seen from her before. Everything's kind of been very happy, skip daddly dee, like just this fun thing, and then this was like this dark, serious, powerful thing. And so yeah, this was great to watch. I did agree with John. I didn't think about that watching it, but then when he made those remarks, that kind of made sense, because it did kind of feel like the intensity was tough, right, or intense, right? But it kind of stayed the same throughout the whole. I mean, it was strong, but it just stayed strong, right? It would have been nice if there was even like this little bit of a big climatic ending to it.
You didn't think the ending was big, where she has her nose like this close to the floor? That moment to me was like extremely powerful at the end.
I mean, it was, yes. I guess, I don't know. The building up, though, I think to
maybe a longer build up of something. Yeah.
I don't know. It's just, I mean, this might just be purely a personal thing, right? But I don't know, I kind of felt like I agreed with him at the end there.
Yeah,
with
I can
that.
see that.
But no, I mean, nonetheless, I mean, that doesn't really take away from the whole thing, because it was, I mean, I loved watching it. It was a great piece.
Yeah, and I think she really channeled in that darker energy. Usually she's very happy and upbeat, and so it was nice to see a different side.
Oh yeah, and you could see this. She was very serious with the face and very into it, and really played the role. And to what Bruno was saying as well, I think this was probably the hardest piece out there, right? Because it really didn't have very changing tempos, and just is really, the music is just very ominous, and you kind of really had to be creative with what to do. But I think Pasha did a fantastic job with with orchestrating this whole piece. But
Yeah, it was moving. It was a great performance. And this was a huge step in the direction that she wants to go into, which is making it towards the top of the leaderboard now.
yeah, I mean, if she could keep this up, she can, definitely be one of the top contenders. So
Yeah, I'm
hopefully she'll
excited.
take this energy in full swing to the next week.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what they have in store next. So, last we have Jordan and Ezra. They did a Roomba to For Good, and Carrie Ann said it was perfection, which that led me to know that she will get a 10 from Carrie Ann. Because when you say something's perfect, could you get a 9?
Didn't she one week? I thought she
I
said
don't
something
know.
was perfect, or she said something was
I mean,
near
yeah,
perfect.
okay,
but
I don't doubt it was
I
Carrie
agree,
Ann,
right?
actually.
I mean, right. If you say that, it should be a 10, right? Because what is there to critique?
Right.
But
So Derek said the routine was stunning, but he wants to see more emotion to go to the next level. John said it was great. Bruno said she was wickedly good and said she had great musicality. And also made a comment the dance required embodying friends rather than lovers, which is atypical for Roomba, but they pulled it off great. Which that's an interesting note. Because the dance is about two friends together. Or the song. The song is about the friendship between the two characters of Wicked.
right. I mean, it was. Yeah. I mean, I thought it was a little playful spin on having their Roomba, but with a kind of this more of a friend take of it than traditional, like a friendship love versus a romantic love. But
Right. So the scores 3 10s and a 9. Again, the 9 is from Derek. And that made for a 39 out of 40, which had her tying for the highest score of the night with Whitney. And Ezra looked floored by these 10s when they were reaching them out. Reading them out, I think he fainted.
I did. I was a little. I mean, it definitely felt like a 9. I was kind of a little shocked to see the 10, but I mean, I will say the part where they did the spin and she was kind of in the bent position, but doing the spins. I mean, that they did. That really was a wow factor because I mean, he made it look like she was floating or almost just gliding on glass. I mean, it was very well
That's
done.
amazing.
I mean, that part was very very well done. So I mean, I could see it. I mean, I wouldn't totally disagree with a 10, but
I just think Ezra's really stepping up his game with the choreography and everything that he's doing. And Jordan is so able to conquer all these moves. It's just a really good pairing together.
well, they've really I don't know. Maybe it's just been the time factor, but they've really seemed to mesh even better now. And are they kind of Ezra knows what to lean into, like into her strengths to really bring her out and show her, her great side of the dancing. But yeah, the two of them have kind of just, I mean, they've really been a powerhouse. I mean, to kind of come from almost near the bottom first week to now, right now this to tie with the first 10 of the night.
Right. It was kind of like the shock they needed in the first week to say, okay, we don't ever want to be there again.
Yeah, I mean,
Let's get this.
they've really stepped up to the plate. So
their 2-week total was a 71 out of 80, and they tied for second place overall with Robert.
yeah, and I mean that was well deserved.
Very well deserved. So great dancing. Can't wait to see what they have coming up.
Yeah, I expect they'll probably stay. I mean, she's been better and better every week. So
And I'm so impressed with how they've conquered the height difference too, which you don't really pick that out in their dances.
yeah, right.
So
Yeah.
Yeah, well, this week is Halloween week. Are you frightened to see what comes next?
Yes. Yeah, this will be fun. It'll be a spooktacular event, and we'll see what grave dances they have, and
Yeah.
it'll be
Scary
yeah,
and entertaining.
yeah. I'm sure, like Alan and some of these others, I'm sure will be in a crazy costume
Yeah, I
or
wonder
crazy
what
outfit.
costume. Oh my
But
gosh.
yeah, no, I'm sure he will be in some crazy thing for sure. But that'll be fun to see what the other people dress like.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Well, yeah, we're looking forward to it.
Happy Halloween.
Yes, happy Halloween, everyone.
Thanks so much for joining us on A Fine Podcast.
Yeah, thanks so much for tuning in. Hope you liked it. And don't forget to like and subscribe and check us out on social media.
That's right. And we will be with you soon for the Halloween recap. Woo!
Yes, we'll see you at Halloween. See you, folks.
See you at Halloween.
Bye.
Woo!